Okay, that is all 10 characters. Now I'm going to go through each one real quick with her and explain a little bit of them, and she can see how close she was with it, right?
I get to learn now. Yay!
Number 1.
See how close.
Oop.
Valentina.
Nick Valentine. Okay, this guy is a detective.
Okay.
Okay, of an agency called, Nick Valentine Agency. He's actually a synth. He's not a human. He's more so a robot.
Oh.
He used to be a human way before the bombs dropped. So way before when the bombs dropped, he used to be human. The bombs dropped, killed his human form, but they took his brain and they put it in a synthetic form.
They couldn't give him a nicer body?
Well, he had this body for 200 plus years. So
he wanted to keep it.
Yeah, so the synthetic...
He got an emotional attachment.
Yes, so the synthetic skin is sort of like falling apart. But he is his human brain. So he's the Nick Valentine he remembers back in like the 50s.
Oh, cool.
Right? So in the synthetic form. So he's still his detective mentality.
So he's relevant.
Oh, and I was gonna say, and he is like a 10 relevant on the story. He helps you throughout the whole story, and he's your #1 companion.
Okay.
Okay. Next up.
So I guess he's not as scary as I initially thought.
Exactly.
With the red eyes.
Exactly. Next up, Billy Peabody. He's a ghoul. He's not. He's a
ghoul.
Yeah, he's called a ghoul. Okay. So his race is a ghoul. Gotcha. A ghoul pretty much is a human that was radiated too much, and when you got radiated too much, you lost your nose, your brain sort of just like deteriorates a little bit, and then you become.
So he's like dumb too?
He's not really dumb. It's just that he's not a human anymore, but he's also not feral, because there's a ghoul and a feral ghoul. When you're a feral ghoul, you look like this.
Gotcha.
So when you're feral, you look like this.
Oh, gotcha.
So when you're feral, you look like that. You're completely zombie form. Like there's no going back. All you want to do is just kill and eat.
So right? He almost is as bad.
So he's almost as bad as a feral ghoul. He's just a regular ghoul. He can talk like a human.
So is that why everyone's sad for him? I was right about that.
So yeah, people are sad for him. He's not relevant to the story at all. He's like a 1 out of 10. I can't remember what you said.
I was right about that too.
But yeah, you said he wasn't relevant. So he's like a 1 out of 10. You find him in a fridge.
Oh.
And he's locked in the fridge, and you gotta open the fridge, and then you go on a little side quest to help him find his family. All right.
That's why his eyes are so sad. He's in a fucking fridge.
Yeah. So and feral ghouls don't die with age. So he was in that fridge for years. Years.
Do you know the emotional trauma?
Yeah. Right. So that's Billy.
Why are you laughing? I'm being so serious.
Because I'm
gonna put you in a fridge for thousands of years.
I killed him in a video, and his family.
Yeah. Of course. A poor, hopeless little child thing that's barely even human, has half a brain. Let's kill it. Why can't you help it?
Okay, next up. Don't you know me? Don't you know me?
Apparently I don't, guys. I'm seeing a whole other side to Fatal Krauser right now.
Alright, Strong Fellow 4. He is one of your companions. He is not a nice person. All he likes to do is kill. He loves when you...
your companion?
Like, because he likes you. Because if you kill a lot, he likes you. Right? So he loves when you kill a lot. He loves
we're bad?
He loves when you play as a bad character, because you can play it how you want. You can be good or bad. He loves when you kill people. He loves when you steal.
So wait, have you played this game as good? Is that even... Are you capable of that?
I am not. I always fail. When I try being good, I always fail. Right? So
I want to play and be good.
He's a companion of yours, right? He's a companion of yours. He is not relevant to the story at all.
Okay.
You can pretty much skip through the whole story without even meeting him if you wanted to. Right? Go through the whole story without meeting him. You have to meet him in a big tall building. You gotta go rescue him, and then he becomes your companion. He thanks you for rescuing him, right?
Okay.
And his race is a mutant. He's a super mutant, is what it's called.
Oh. So I was really wrong. He's not an ogre.
He's not an ogre at all, yeah. Like, he can speak English, but they're very dumb. Like, they're very dumb. Like, they speak like cavemen. So think of how a caveman speaks. That's how he speaks. So he goes, strong kills. Strong wants food. Like, that's how he talks, right?
Oh, he's so cute.
Yeah. So that's Strong, right?
I like him now. He's less scary now that you've described him.
Swan is what we call a super mutant behemoth, right? So he's same thing. He's a super mutant, but he's a behemoth. Means he's fucking giant.
I just need another picture, because this branch here just keeps making me think of a bunny.
Yeah.
There we go.
So
bunny.
You see his hand in the boat now.
Yes.
So he's a super mutant behemoth. He is fully gone. He's the feral version of a super mutant, where they're not reasoning anymore, and he just wants to kill. He just wants to kill, eat you, stomp you.
So that's why he doesn't brush his teeth.
He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He just wants to kill.
Gotcha.
And he lives in that swamp. So he lives in that swamp. He's just there
and he just
underwater.
waits for people to like come around so he can kill them.
So he goes underwater looking like a boat. So let me show you real quick.
Cool.
If I can find a picture. So this is him coming out of the water. So when you first meet him, it looks like just a swan boat popping out of the water. And if you walk towards the swan boat, he pops out of the water, trying to kill you, right? Yeah. And if you're a low level, he's a boss character with the little skull by his name. You're gonna have a hard time killing him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's Swan. Oh, and not relevant to the story at all. Like at all.
You just stumble upon him. You said.
He's just a boss character. You can completely skip him.
Cool.
Mechanist, Fallout 4. Okay.
It's a little cute girl robot thing.
So female, obviously, right? So mechanic, yes, sort of a mechanic. She loves building robots.
Okay.
She absolutely loves building robots. All her servants are robots. She's a villain though. She's not good.
Oh.
She wants a robot. She wants a robot takeover. She wants to just make a bunch of robots.
And of course, she has to be female.
And she wants all the robots to take over everything, right? So she has good robots, bad robots, right? Just taking over servant robots, people, these little robots in the background.
She's just like a one woman. She's trying to take over the world using robots.
Robots, yeah.
Cool.
And how relevant is she to the story? Absolutely zero. But she's a DLC character, so she's 10 relevant. So one out of 10, she's super relevant to the DLC.
Gotcha.
Right. So she's a DLC character, super relevant.
Cool.
When you finally defeat her, you can decide to kill her, or you can decide to just let her free. Right?
And you killed her.
And I fucking destroyed her.
Oh.
Yeah. I killed her. I didn't even destroy her. I killed her.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, pretty much. Right? So, you say mechanic, you're pretty close.
Okay.
Oh, and she's human.
Right. She's more like a computer scientist.
Very smart, yeah. So now you got Preston Garvey here. You said he's a sheriff type thing. Vigilante outlaw. You're pretty much like spot on with that. He's the leader of this group called the Minutemen.
Okay.
And they want to do good for the world. They want to go out there and like restore houses, restore communities.
I knew I liked that face.
Yeah. So he is the main like character in the game, like not the character you play as, but the main like antagonist. Well, not antagonist.
So he's relevant.
He's super relevant. You cannot progress with the story without talking to him.
Gotcha.
Right? Or you can, but it fucks with the story. Like you have to. You know, he's very relevant.
So how did you fuck his shit up?
He's just as relevant as Nick Valentine. How did I fuck his shit up? Well, he's one of the most annoying characters in the game. Like
why? Because he's nice?
Well, not only nice, but he constantly bombards you with, hey, I have another mission for you. I have another mission for you. No matter where you are, he wants to just give you a new mission.
Okay.
And he doesn't stop, right? So he's
and
one
they're
of the
all good, right? So those aren't fun.
They're all like, hey, go rescue the people in this house, you know, like shit like that. I just go and kill them all, okay? So, so he's one of the most annoying characters in the game, but he's as important as Nick Valentine.
How'd you get so bad?
Next up, we have Father. So Father Fallout 4, probably one of the most important characters in the game.
Okay.
He is called Sean. His real name is Sean. Okay. Now, Father is a scientist. You're right.
Okay.
He's the leader of the Institute. He is the creator of those synths. You know, like Nick Valentine characters?
Oh.
He's the creator of those synths. So
gotcha.
Just like the Mechanist has a robot takeover.
So he put the brain in Nick Valentine.
He builds them all. Yeah, gotcha. He builds them all. So just like how there's a robot takeover, Father is the leader of the Institute, which is the synth takeover. He believes in just completely wiping out everyone with synths. Just putting them all there. Right?
Gotcha. But and how does he get the brains?
I'm not sure how they get. They literally create the robot from the ground up, put synthetic skin over it so they look human, and then they give them a memory and a person that they are.
So was Nick Valentine one of the first ones to do it? Why? I just don't understand why they didn't give him skin.
No, he had skin. His skin's deteriorating. He's been for so long. Do you get it?
Oh, how long?
Like 200 years. 200 years. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. And
so wait, the game you follow from like the time the bombs went off to,
and then you go in a cryogenic chamber and you come out 20 years later.
Oh. Yeah. You could have told me there was a 200-year time gap.
Yeah. So and here's the best part though. He is your son. So because he aged, and you were cryogenically frozen, you're in like your 30s and he's like in his 80s or whatever, but he's your son.
Gotcha. Because
he's Sean, the one that gets stolen in the beginning. And he becomes the leader of the Institute.
Cool.
Yeah, so when you meet him, he's like, oh, I'm your son, right?
You're making me want to play Fallout. Like, actually. You've never told me that this...
And obviously, he's 10 relevant, right?
Yeah.
Next up, Curie, Fallout 4.
The badass bitch.
Okay, she is a synth. Or, she's a synth in this form right here.
Okay, so there aren't any humans.
Actually... No, there's humans. Preston Garvey's a human.
Oh. How did they survive?
because like they were born in the apocalypse. Do you know what I'm saying? Like you're the oldest. You're like 203 years. You're like 300 years old.
Okay. What does your character look like?
Well, however you create him, however you want, right?
Oh, cool.
So the Curie is actually what they call it? I think they're called like Miss Handymans or something like that. That's what the robot's called. And then when she gets put into human form, she was a synth. So you help when you meet her. I think she's a nurse, I believe.
Gotcha.
Right? She's very good with a medicine. When you meet her, you can pretty much she mentions how she would love to have a human form. So you can pretty much go through a side mission where you help her become a human or a synth, and then she's also your companion. So relevancy, she's like a 1 relevant, 1 out of 10 because you can skip her and not even talk to her.
Darn it.
Yeah. So, and she's nice. She is nice. She's like a good person. So that's Curie. Paladin dance.
Except for when she's smiling like that.
Except when she's smiling like that, she looks evil as fuck. Yeah. So Paladin dance. He is a soldier. He is like the main soldier of the Brotherhood of Steel. Right? That's that logo, like the Brotherhood of Steel.
I was getting fatal vibes.
So he's the main soldier. Okay, you're getting fatal vibes. He's the main soldier. He's probably the nicest soldier of the Brotherhood of Steel.
This sounds more like the fatal I know,
you find out in the game that he's actually a synth.
Oh.
And the Brotherhood of Steel hates synths. They're completely against the Institute. They want to kill the Institute. Institute wants to kill Brotherhood of Steel. So now he doesn't know he's a synth because his memory is a soldier, right?
Cool.
So when you find out he's a synth, you get orders to either kill him, execute him, or go against the Brotherhood.
Damn.
So it's like a moral thing, right?
Yeah.
And most people don't want to kill him. I didn't kill him at all. I went against it. I made sure he survived because he's a good.
So you don't kill everyone.
He's a good companion. You know, he's my favorite. He's probably my favorite companion, right? So I didn't kill him. And
I wonder why you liked him so much.
He's the coolest one, and he reminds me of Buzz Lightyear. That's why. Okay. So he is not human. He's a synth. And that's the whole thing about Fallout 4 is like you can't tell who's a synth and who's a human. You don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I can see that now.
Because they all look human, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the last person, Kellogg. So Kellogg is a synth.
I'm curious about him because I didn't know.
He's a synth.
Okay.
He's the main villain.
Gotcha.
So he's the guy.
Oh, he's the main villain.
One of the main villains. He's the guy who stole your son in the beginning of the game.
Oh.
He's the synth that stole your son that became father.
Gotcha.
And Sean.
I knew he's seen some shit. I could see in his eyes.
So he's a synth. He was a human in his memory. I think his memory was transferred into that body.
Okay.
And he just does whatever. He does whatever the Institute wants him to do because the Institute, the synths listen to father, right? So his goal was to pretty much create the Institute. So he got it by taking father, right? I'm not sure how I don't remember. I'm not sure if he was a human in the beginning of the game when he steals Sean, and then Sean becomes father and founds the Institute, and then they made Kellogg into his main synth, or if Kellogg was already a synth.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Because I don't remember that part. But
well, you're confusing me because
I've
never played the game.
I'm confused. I'm confused. But yeah. So he's the main villain pretty much.
Okay.
You know, and his occupation is pretty much just the Institute's #1 synth. So I guess a soldier, right?
Okay.
And he's like the main boss. Oh. Yeah. He's pretty hard to kill in the beginning if you're low level, but high level you can just blast them. I think I shot out like two nukes at him and I killed him.
So you have some like hostility towards him.
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. That was 10 Fallout 4 characters that Leah tried to explain. You know, I hope you enjoyed the edits. See how close she was. You can let me know in the comment section down below what characters you want me to do next for another video. Give me like 5.
If you want another video.
Yeah, 10 was a little too much. Give a 5. And even Fallout 3 characters. You can do Fallout 3 characters, Fallout 4 characters, different games. We'll switch it up. And just make sure it's a game that she doesn't know. Because, you know, she knows a lot about Call of Duty. So just saying.
I was just going to say.
That's pretty much it. So no Call of Duty characters. Everyone else, she doesn't know anything else.
Not true.
So just...
He just likes to roast me.
Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Put your thumb up. Give the video a like if you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up. And, you know, this is Leah's first video on the channel. Like, actually, like, in a while. Long time.
Yeah.
So, you know, give her some love. Show her some love.
Aww.
And you're going to see her a lot more because we have a lot of plans in the future for this channel. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Fatal Crowser and Leah out. Peace.
Bye.